While in custody and awaiting his trial for Colleen's death, Philip was held at the Dorchester Department of Youth Services facility. There, another incident allegedly occurred. Philip was accused of following a 29-year-old female worker at the department down a hallway and into a bathroom inside the staff locker room. According to court documents, Philip allegedly kicked off his sandals in order to walk silently and crouched to ensure he wasn't seen by other staff as he followed the staff member. The document also stated that it is believed that Philip brought a pencil with him into the locker room. Purportedly, Philip then attacked the female staff member, putting his hands around her throat and choking her so that she was unable to scream for help. He is also alleged to have punched her in the face, head, and jaw before other staffers were able to intervene. The victim was recorded in the court documents to have bruises on her face and a scratch on her back, which is believed to have been caused by the pencil. For this alleged incident, Philip was charged with attempted murder by strangulation, assault with intent to murder, kidnapping, and 2 counts of assault and battery with a dangerous weapon. The results of this trial have yet to be released. Under Massachusetts law, Philip was tried as an adult for the death of Colleen Ritzer. At his trial, the prosecutors asked Essex County Superior Court Judge David Lowy to impose a sentence of 50 years. Philip was convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after serving 40 years. He will not be able to apply for parole until he is 54. Still, when the result of the trial was read, Colleen's father remarked to the courtroom, "I hate Colleen's killer and will never forgive him. He is evil, pure evil, and he must be punished." Our third case caught on CCTV is one that will likely leave you with chills. In 2020, police released this footage of 36-year-old Odessa Carey in Ashington, Northumberland, England. Odessa can be seen walking down the street carrying a white plastic bag in one hand and a blue bag slung over her shoulder. At the time, no one could have known that what the unassuming woman hid within her bag was horrifying and utterly appalling, straight out of a nightmare. It is reported that in the CCTV footage, Odessa had been on her way to visit a family friend, John Murray. This was the day before she was arrested. Murray later described to investigators that when she arrived, he saw that she had blood on her hands and arms. Murray also said that after cleaning herself off with baby wipes, she showed him what she was carrying in her blue bag, the decapitated head of her mother. Court documents reveal that she allegedly took the head of her 73-year-old mother, with the same name of Odessa Carey, out of her bag and kissed it on the forehead in front of Murray. Admittedly shocked, Murray did not own a phone, and so he was unable to contact police. However, he went down to a nearby pub where he told someone about what he had seen. The police were called the next day. For days, Odessa had allegedly been carrying around her mother's decapitated head in her blue bag, as seen in the CCTV footage. Odessa was arrested at a house in Morpeth Close, where police discovered her mother's head where it had been hidden under a sink, still inside a blood-stained pillowcase. Court documents reveal that on the day of her mother's death, Odessa was believed to have smashed her mother's head with a mallet before she allegedly proceeded to decapitate her using knives and scissors. She then purportedly took the dismembered head into the bathroom, where she removed the brain. She is then alleged to have placed the head in her blue bag and left the home as if nothing sinister had occurred. The Newcastle Crown Court documents recorded that the senior Odessa Carey's headless body was discovered by police at her home, left on her bed in Ashington, Northumberland. During her ensuing trial for the death of her mother, Court documents revealed that Odessa had been mentally unwell since she was 6 or 7. The court was told that her condition had worsened because she had reportedly not taken her medication consistently. She was described as being acutely psychotic at the time of the incident. Odessa's partner, Sharon O'Brien, has alleged that weeks before the incident, Odessa had killed her own cat and attempted to flush it down her toilet. Even with these potential signs, no one close to Odessa ever could have predicted what she would do next. Judge Paul Sloan told a jury that Odessa's diagnosis is likely schizophrenia, and that she doesn't believe the body to be that of her mother. Odessa was deemed too unwell to plead to the charge of murder, but she was still allegedly found to have committed the acts of killing. Rather than a jail sentence, Odessa was sentenced to a hospital order where she will receive the help that she needs. In the year since the killing, Odessa's partner Sharon has revealed to news sources that Odessa, quote, still doesn't know her mam's dead. She still hasn't got a clue. As if to deepen the tragedy, Odessa has in fact asked her friends over the phone if anyone has seen her mother. The final case we have for you today is a chilling reminder to always look over your shoulder. On September 21, 2019, 28-year-old Cristina Ortiz Lozano, a cruise line worker, was on a date at a pub located on London Road, London, England. Little did she know she was being watched, or perhaps she had some idea that someone was following her, as Cristina asked her date to leave the pub and return to her house. When she and her date left the Giddy Bridge pub, Cristina's ex-boyfriend, 31-year-old Abdelaziz El Yachoui Erzat, was caught by CCTV following her and her date and hiding in the shadows. In the CCTV footage, he can be seen loitering on the street and waiting for Cristina. He followed her to her home in Spear Road, Southampton. The court was later told that he stood outside of her house with flowers when Cristina and her date arrived. Abdelaziz followed her inside the home, where he grabbed a knife from the drawer in the kitchen and attacked her. An autopsy revealed that Cristina had been stabbed 23 times in what Judge Jane Miller described in court as a savage, ferocious, and sustained attack with a knife. She had wounds to her chest, neck, and abdomen. It seems Cristina had attempted to defend herself, as Abdelaziz sustained injuries that required him to be treated in a hospital. Cristina's date had waited outside, but went into the home when he heard screaming. What Vicente Bresso Biosca saw was described by prosecutor Carrie Malin in court. He saw Miss Ortiz Lozano already lying on her back on the kitchen floor, with Mr. Erzat crouching over her with a knife in one hand and his other on her throat. She had her eyes open, but he believed her already dead. She was not moving. He described Mr. Erzat turning towards him, shutting the door and continuing his assault on Cristina Ortiz Lozano. Cristina and Abdelaziz had met while in school in Spain and had dated for about 12 years before they broke up. Court documents cited by the prosecution alleged that Cristina had broken up with Abdelaziz because of his volatility and his drunkenness. Reportedly, he had also previously been arrested for causing criminal damage to Cristina's home. It was following their breakup that he had allegedly ripped out light fixtures and radiators from the walls of the home. Because of his arrest for criminal damage, he was actually on bail at the time of the attack. In fact, his bail was only allowed on the condition that he didn't make contact with Cristina. The New York Post reported that he had allegedly already breached his bail prior to the incident by sending Cristina abusive emails. Abdelaziz's attack on Cristina was described by prosecutor Malin as a jealous ex-boyfriend in a fit of rage who conducted a frenzied attack on her, quite simply because she had gone out with a male, not Mr. Orzat. At the trial, Abdelaziz maintained that Christina had allegedly been the one to stab him first and denied the murder charge. However, he admitted guilt to manslaughter by diminished responsibility. Despite this, following a 2-week trial, Abdelaziz El Yachoui Orzat was found guilty of murder. He was sentenced to serve a minimum of 19 years in prison. Tragically, Christina's father later stated that he had asked Abdelaziz to look after Christina, likely when they were still together, because her family loved her so much. All 4 of the cases we explored today are chilling, and they serve as a reminder to look over your shoulder and to remember that you can't always trust the people around you. You never truly know what they might be capable of.